Right, today we're going to try a couple of changes. So the XTP Magnums didn't open at all in their factory configuration. Obviously a very firm bonded jacket, so what we've done, just very simply cut through the jacket right to the lead, just following the normal or the standard cross that's already in it. Just to see, same block, same gel block, as you can see, so same melt, so that way there's no variations in the gel, so it's already been shot. We've seen that those two holes did nothing, and that is the lead with the hollow point and the cross cut in it. So that today we've just done just the hollow point put into it. That way we can determine which will hold together better. Obviously that's very explosive. The petals come off nicely, they'll do wicked damage. You can see where one entered, which is, sorry, exited, which is that one, and that is the core that continues through and does the damage. But today we just want to see if just with the hollow point we'll get a perfect mushroom that'll hold together, or whether it will still frange apart. So that's today's testing. There's the rig. Right, now we're going to run some 30 cal. We ran the 45 cal before, just so you can sort of get an idea. Obviously it's objective without a sound meter, but just so you can get a rough idea of the noise difference between the 45 cal and the 30. Obviously the 30 has a much smaller hole. The suppressors are identical, the guns are the exact same guns. And now these are the 30 cal. We have our extreme expander on the left here, and we've got a slightly narrower version for guns that have like a box internal mag, which are just finicky to feed. So we're just going to run those through just so you can see this difference in lengths, and run them through into the gel, and you can have a right. As you can hear, it is a little bit quieter than the 40 cal. The biggest issue, and we'll do another video on this later, is your propellant burn speed for your subloads. Now I'll do a proper video on this later, but that is the biggest thing with developing subsonics. Other than getting the projectiles to expand, it's getting the propellant rate correct to keep the noise down. But anyway, we'll go into that later. Right, just come in from testing some more projectiles, as you saw. So that was the first shot. Good mushroom, but unfortunately didn't quite catch a block properly. Our point of impact is not 100%. Sighted in for the 300 grainers. Second shot, stayed in the gel. The edge of it just hit the plastic that it's sitting on. Unfortunately I'm shooting downhill, so if you can sort of see the trajectory, and then it hits where the plastic where it's sitting. But I think if I'd just got it a little bit higher, it would have probably not come out of the block, but it would have done a decent run. Right, first to the cut 300 grainers. was that wound channel here, full penetration, and that's what it looks like. And those are the petals and parts of the jacket that I found in the paper catch. Second shot, unfortunately, I just caught the edge, and it was open. You can sort of tell by how much newspaper is jammed in there, and it's jammed in there, that it's physically closed onto the newspaper when it hit the actual newspaper attachment. And from there we did a couple of 30 cal shots for you guys. It's hard to tell on this light, but top one was the our big open expander, which was that. And then the bottom one, which is the one that comes along through here, that was our less severe, or less, has a smaller met plate at the end anyway. It's the bright green one you'll see in the videos. And I'll put a lineup of all the projectiles together. It's a bit better just to set them up and then do it. So check that out. The top is without modification. Bottom one on the left didn't hit the gel block properly, just skimmed the side. The one on the right hit clean through the gel block and expanded. There you go, you've got your fragmenting one on the top, and then your two just plain hollow points, but neither of them, I'll have to do some more testing. I don't know whether they'll penetrate the full block. So the point of the fragmentation is to fragment early in the core to create the penetration. And here is our 30 cal projectiles, both the open point and the slightly closed point.